Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock Fred.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These 5 are the only protection we have.
The best part of the show is the genuine Hasbro love.
Good night, folks.
And of course, Pat's weekly farts.
Breaking news.
It's very outside of the box.
Nailed it.
I love Friday. Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares.
Shadowcast.
A to B.
Shadowcast Uncut? Is that you? Shadowcast
When are you going to bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
Shattered cast on
Complete fuckers. Podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
Shut the fuck up, Chip.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shattercast Uncut, episode 328. It's 328. That is the amount of rebels we have slaughtered in our evil scheme that has suddenly taken fruit. That's right, I'm back to storytelling, except this time I'm writing it down so I don't forget it the next week.
They were all keyboard.
I'm your host.
They were all keyboard rebels, though. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they sure were. That's why they fell so quick.
They weren't
basically threw a naked
super motivated. Yeah.
No, they weren't.
Get back in your couch.
We told them we were giving them 9 and 95 masks, but it was really used diapers. And they went down quick. So I'm your host, Oscar Alonso, and you know me from such films as Fistful of Firemen, The Ozone, and College Has to Pay for Itself Somehow. And joining me tonight are my fellow members of the Quarantine 4. Matthew is on sabbatical. Rest in peace, Matthew. The cold boy took you so.
The Quarantine Quattro.
Oh my God, dude, that video was fucked up. Anyway, so of course joining me tonight, he is the engineer. He is also everyone's favorite power bottom, and his favorite finishing move in WWF is the 69 pile driver, the one, the only Mr. Robert D.
Hello, I am an engineer. I'm an engineer of love.
Yeah, for a half hour anyway. TikTok.
Hey, TikTok. Oh, God. I wish I could do TikTok dances. I really do.
Speaking of TikTok, stop interrupting. Speaking of TikTok, this guy has his own TikTok under Cuddlebear24. He's Ohio's finest and also known as Parachute Pants Daddy over at his day job. The one, the only Greg for Mercy.
Hello.
Yeah.
Let's go.
For a second, I thought that really was going to be me that time.
No, it wasn't. I have a good one set up for you right now.
Let's do it.
He was a former 13-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion. He's the only man alive to have sex with Joan Rivers and not to contract an old lady STD. And he is the only man alive to ever look the coronavirus in the face and then give it a possible reason why it shouldn't exist in his household. He's the one, the only Mr. T2RX6 Justin.
I'll take it. Sounds good. Hello.
Yeah, you had sex with Joan Rivers. It's gross.
Yeah.
I saw her in person once.
I did too. Then I watched her recently on Nip Tuck. But yeah,
sure
that was a good. She was in there for a few episodes.
She funds them.
Yeah, for a while. Yeah. But did anybody get anything, Greg?
Yeah, I did. Oh, you want me to tell you what I got?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I got Masterpiece Movie Jazz. I got
Jesus.
What?
You're all up. I'm glad to see you. You've evolved. You're like the one guy I know that's not stagnating. You're evolving and you're collecting. You're going all in on the movie stuff.
I'm just picking up different stuff. You know.
If you get Masterpiece Movie Jazz, I would say you're all in on Bayverse.
I like Masterpiece Movie Jazz. It's a fun figure.
I'm happy for you.
I just wanted him as a prop for my Megatron that I've had.
Does he come in half?
Yeah. And he's got the spine and everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man.
Man, Craig now likes movie figures. Man,
well, they're not like retail movie figures. That was my problem. Like they're better.
Made a valid point with the retail movie figures.
They're better, you son of a bitch. Okay, fine. So I got Fans Choice. I got Fans Toys Sheridan and Fans Toys Hoodlum again. Are you happy now?
I'm very happy.
How's what?
How was the Hoodlum? Is it better than Takara?
It's fucking better. Of course it's better.
It's got its own. It's got its own set of issues, but this time they stuck a little piece of like soft, rubbery material. It feels like the shit. Like, you know when you get like those things from the car dealership with the paper keys like stuck to the thing, and it's like if this key starts a car, you won or something. And it's like that. There's little like adhesive like dots you peel off. Yeah, they stuck something like that to keep the chest from rubbing when you transform it.
Man, if you put Masterpiece, Takara, Hot Rod, stand them up next to Hoodlum. Hoodlum looks like the official, and Masterpiece Hot Rod looks like the attempt.
Now, what if you put them both side by side with their arms straight out, looking up in the air?
What does that matter? Like, it's the same thing. They look like it's the same one. Still looks like the official.
Yeah, but Hoodlum's head's on a swivel, like left and right. There's no up and down, and his arms don't even go. His arms, like the most shoulder articulation you get out of him's like an arrow.
He can't look up. You're right. I just realized that. But he can shoot up in the air like pew 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 pew.
Yeah, but it looks awkward. But I did order some.
I'm a piece of shit. Pew pew
pew pew pew. I killed everyone.
I ordered some replacement shoulder pieces too, so we'll see if those work. From a chap in Britain, in the Bruticon.
What replacement shoulder pieces?
Just the hinge. It adds an extra hinge to the shoulder, like the actual the shoulder joint.
Sweet.
Yeah, they're 3D printed in ABS. So hopefully, and they're screwed in. They're not just snapped together. So hopefully they'll work.
Brilliant, mate.
What?
I hope they work. They were expensive as fuck. But what else did I get? I did get some other stuff too. I said the Warpath. I know I got something else. I'm just not looking at my mountain of toys right now.
Are you looking at your mountain of penis?
No.
I am.
Me too.
You're looking at Greg's mountain of penis?
It's attached to my body, so what can you do?
Well, I'm laying.
I'm not looking at Greg's mountain of penis.
I was just about to ask, who here has podcasted in the prone position?
Oh, I am right now. I do several times. I do a lot, actually.
You put your shoes
every
on,
episode since my return. Everyone. Every fucking episode. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to get too comfortable, so I put my boots on like I'm going to work. Under the covers.
Greg, you've lost so much weight, you don't have to lay down to put your shoes on anymore, right? Wasn't that like a milestone? Yes, you did.
I never had to lay down.
No. Yes, you did. You said you did. You and Matt had a whole conversation about it like 2 years ago.
I think that was probably joking around.
You're so mean. You're so mean.
Yeah, you're mean. I'm still not like, I don't know.
You know, ever since Justin said that I was like a meme connoisseur, I've been like, I have to be his meme connoisseur. And I've just been
post the dancing pallbearers over and over again.
If I find there's a lot of bad ones, I only post the ones I like. Greg.
I got Final Fantasy VII.
Yay!
It's a good game.
I just started about to run some air filter scam.
I wish I had time to play video games. I'm in quarantine and I have no time to play video games. You know why?
What?
Why?
I go to bed at 5 a.m. and I wake up at like 1 p.m. But you can't play video games when your wife's sleeping next to you and it's like 4 a.m. I'm like watching YouTube videos about like ancient Egypt.
God. The last time I suffered from insomnia, I must have watched like 30 YouTube videos on this guy who was comparing Marvel and DC characters, mostly DC characters, to characters of the Bible.
That's interesting. That's actually interesting.
Why are you watching my old videos?
Those aren't your videos, Greg. The guy in them is black. You're so racist. God.
You know who?
Why are you watching my really old videos?
Do you know who is the most on the nose character between DC and the Bible?
Who?
Samson.
You mean Marvel?
I thought that was DC. The Hulk. No.
Yeah,
DC. The Hulk is DC.
Yeah, the Hulk is Marvel.
I said
Samson
it
is
was
a character
Marvel.
of the
You said it was
Hulk,
DC.
so you're right there. You're correct on that one. But yes, the longer that
Action
character's hair
Comics.
is, the stronger he is.
Action Comics.
No, not Action. God damn it, man. That is DC.
Okay. Anyway, Samson, Marvel. Yay.
Yeah.
Would you like to know?
No.
I don't know if anybody picked up on it, but Doc Samson. Do you know who played him in the movies? He was in the movies.
Didn't know he was in it. No.
He was in the Edward Norton Hulk. It was Ty Burrell's character was.
Huh.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
So, yeah. So the
Doc
movie universe, Doc Samson is the guy from Modern Family.
Really?
Yep. Yep.
I gotta assume that's the show.
I watch too much Modern Family to picture him in his other role. Like, he's so typecast there. But,
Well,
shit. Or you know.
yep.
So, Robert, did you get anything this week?
Yes.
What did you get?
I guess I'm not gonna talk about my food hauls, but that's all I'm getting nowadays is food hauls. I won't go to a supermarket around here. Nope. My wife went yesterday to Petco. She bought 2 beta fish for each child. Against my wishes, I was vehemently against getting fish. I don't want more pets. I want less pets. And it's a sore point between us because I want a bulldog and I can't have one. So, they're going to get more pets. I don't want more fish. She's like, yeah, they're easy to take care of. No, they're not. And one of the fish has like fucking whatever the hell fin rot, whatever the hell it is. So she's been obsessing over this little stupid fucking fish for days straight.
Does it have the ick?
I don't know. It's beautiful back tail thing. It's a beta. It's shriveled up and shredded away. I'm just like,
a beta.
Listen, we got into a fight today. I'm like, I'm just gonna flush it down the fucking toilet. She's like, you wouldn't do that to your daughters. I'm like, they don't give a shit about these fish. You're the only one that cares about the fish. And I was like, how about I put a drop of vinegar in the tanks? No one will ever know I did it. She's like, you're horrible.
Meanwhile, you're feeding it to the cat with one eye.
I would eat them. Yeah, but I don't know how we got there. But yeah, lots of food hauls. But toy-wise, I got Flynn's Toy Sheridan. And you know what? He's solid, okay? He's solid, and he's pretty. But I don't know. There's no wow factor to him, and I feel like I'm the only one saying it. There's no wow.
He was never a popular character, dude. Like,
hey, I'm super mad with him.
You know what
I'm
it is?
super mad with him.
He's not close enough to the cartoon for me. If the cartoon's dumpy, I want a fucking dumpy toy. Make it dumpy and beautiful.
They'll make a version too, just like they're doing with Spindrift.
Spindrift. Exactly. I feel like this is the Spindrift. It's the same feeling I have, and I feel like I'm the only one saying that. Now
It's solid. It's heavy.
It's wood,
and it's Warpath. It's like
I was going somewhere else.
It's not. We're not talking about your penis.
He's still looking at it.
It's not like we're really breaking any new territory here. Like it's
really
just,
not. It's not breaking the mold. It really isn't.
No, it's not even verbally challenged. It's just.
It's definitely not another podcast.
Mm-hmm. Can't be building up to it.
What's the other one? Ladies of the Night.
Yeah, it's just Warpath. It's like
It's just something. It as a figure, it's great, but as the character, it's too spindrift for me.
Yeah, and it got pushed back. So, it got pushed back, not normal fans' choice reasons, but we were all expecting to have it in February, and we get it in April, and
because everybody else got something else in February. Oh, that's terrible.
Got a respirator. They got intubated. You know it.
Are you still talking about your penis, Justin?
Is that not obvious at this point?
You know what?
I love Justin's savageness out of nowhere.
He's very savage. The reason he's quiet is because we're boring him. That's all. I'm excited for Thomas, the Astro Train. That
I pre-ordered it today.
Yep. Calling all shards. Pre-order for Thomas is up. And that looks great. It doesn't look like... This looks like Spindrift 2.5, really. And that Astro Train looks beautiful.
I pre-ordered Beachcomber today, too.
Me too.
Hashtag.
Is that Ryan E? Ryan E PM'd you? Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
All right, Justin, what did you get?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Great. Hey, Oscar, what did you get?
Justin, did you get anything or no?
No. Not this week. I got to ship my Sheridan, so at some point there will be Sheridan. For now, there is nothing. So
I'm excited to transform him. I haven't transformed him yet. I mean, I'm excited to, but...
I did. It's all right. Be careful when you turn it back to bot mode, because I actually broke I didn't break a tab. I broke a piece that a tab pegs into a slot.
How do you break
but
a
it's
slot?
fine.
Only Justin can do that. How did you break the slot?
It's just tabbed in a bunch of places, and I thought I'd gotten it out of the slot, and I didn't, and it ended up. I went to pull the legs back out from.
Story of my life.
The way it works, yeah, you'll see it when you transform yours. But the way that it works, I went to. There's a little flap that covers a hole.
Mm-hmm.
Justin is like the Zohan.
But anyway, yeah, I yanked on it, and god damn it, and I thought it was clear of the.
You pulled out too fast.
I thought it was clear of the hole, and it wasn't.
Yeah, like I said, story of my life.
And then I ended up just ripping it, so I just tore the rest of the way off. There was no way of fixing it. I was like, "Fuck it, it's fine."
Oscar.
Yeah.
What did
the
you
hell
get?
did you get, Oscar?
I got.
What did you get? What the fuck did you get?
I'm trying to say you gotta keep interrupting me. Fucking Matthew. So I did pick up a Transmetal to Tarantulus figure. I've always wanted to check him out, but like a couple of years ago, I always saw him in the high end of like $60, $70. Now he's dropped down to like between like 20 to 35 in some eBay listings. I ended up scoring him for about 32 ships, which isn't a bad price. He is missing a leg and his gun. But overall, don't say janky, motherfucker. I did find a replacement leg on eBay. And I replacement legs. I got them for about looks like 11 shipped after everything. $11. And I'm still currently looking for his weapon.
Haven't been find one.
And I hope I find one. I also want to take this opportunity.
ISO Tarantulus leg.
I want to give a big opportunity, big thank you to Anthony. He's a listener. Anthony Neal. Am I saying his last name? I'm probably butchering it, and I'm sorry. He sent me the hand.
Neil?
Butcher.
You mispronounced ham?
Shut up. So he shipped me a replacement hand for my Fantasy Story Shockwave that I got years and years and years ago.
That was quite a dirty exchange you had with him on Facebook.
That was you talking to him.
No, it wasn't. It was you.
That is you, dude. I would never. Good God, why would you fucking Jesus Christ?
Oscar and Anthony were like Tony. I think it's Tony. I think he prefers Tony. Anthony and Tony were like having an exchange. They were negotiating about the hand, and Oscar obviously stepped away, and then I stepped into his shoes and started having a perverted conversation with him. Oh God, that was the best. Oh yeah, perverted conversations. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he yelled at me when I jumped in, and then I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I just got on here." And I don't think any of us told him who any of us were, except for Oscar. Exquisite toys.
But yeah, I got in the hand. Thank you again, Anthony or Tony, however you like to be addressed. You know, I am messaging him right now to send me his PayPal, because it did cost him like $8 to ship it out here, so I'm gonna pay it back.
Don't tell that man's business.
Send dick pics, bro.
So, so yeah, and I got 2 other pieces coming in. Just waiting on if I should jump on that third. I talked to you about it, Robert. I wasn't sure. I'm still not sure. Kind of having second thoughts. I'm glad I only added it to cart. I didn't complete checkout. But yeah, that's all I got.
The Power Baser Prime is beautiful.
Well, it's not Power Baser Prime. It's the freaking God Bomber attachment.
To the Power Baser.
I don't have enough for the Power Baser.
Wait, why would you buy the God Bomber attachment if you don't have the underlying?
Because it looks fucking dope as hell as a robot.
I don't understand.
Power Baser?
So
the attachment?
Mm-hmm.
He's okay, but I would just say the robot mode's pretty overall not very good.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I mean, it's fine,
so.
but like it's definitely got a little bit of like weirdness to it.
Shenanigans.
Yeah.
I told you, Oscar. I said it's not a good pickup. I told you.
Wait, say that, you stupid bastard. I'm gonna read what you wrote me. I swear to God.
It looks good. So wait, you don't have the Power Baser and you just buy the God
I just
Bomber?
wanted that piece, yes. I thought it looked cool.
Don't do that.
It looks it reminds me a lot of the Pat Lee days in Dreamwave, the design. I don't know, it just spoke to me. I was kind of really feeling it.
Dreamwave is for communists.
I just thought it looked good. I haven't pulled the trigger on it. I am in a market for any better suggestions. I don't want another Optimus Prime.
If you want, like, you can skim through I have a YouTube video of it. Like, it's okay, but, well, when it goes on the version 1 Optimus Prime, which I have, it pretty much destroys the robot because the joints can't hold it.
Doesn't fit, so you just smash it into place.
Pretty much. I love the little headmasters. I think the robot looks cool, but, like, there's a lot of hollow, like, so it's filled in hollowness, but, like, you can tell when you pick it up, you're like, this does not feel super sturdy.
What the fuck is filled in hollowness?
Like, so if you put a panel in front of something to hide its hollow, it's a filled in hollow to me. You know what I'm saying?
Call
so
that covered. I would
inside
call that concealed
it's a covered. There you go. It's a covered hollowness. If that works better for you, but all those parts have to go around Optimus somewhere. So when you pick it up, it doesn't feel quite right. So
honestly, I'm probably gonna pick up the MMC Guzzle and Brawn set they have out. I mean, I want to complete my Wreckers.
But the alt modes, man.
What about them? They're not going to be in alt mode.
They look like frogs.
I don't see anyone else making a pretty good looking Guzzle like that.
Matt does.
Oh, gross.
It's fair.
True.
Well, with that,
I forgot something I got.
Oh,
sorry. The Rona.
It's just the flu. I got the 911s. That's not funny, Robert.
That's really funny.
I got the oh man. I got did you say I'm afraid of box cutters? Oh my god, we can laugh about it now. It's been long enough.
Right? That's just so fucked up about what we're going through right now. Like, we can joke about 9/11 now, and it's like, whatever. Yeah, that's nothing compared to this.
Well, I mean, the flu killed more people than 9/11, so honest, it can't be that bad, right? That's modern day logic. I got that little Legends rat trap, the transform element.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
And okay, what do you think? What do you think?
One hand can't hold his gun, even though it's meant to be split into two guns, and the waist doesn't really tab super well, and he doesn't have any waist swivel.
Yeah,
I mean, it's fine.
That's what I thought. It seems to be just fine. It's like the only Beast Wars Legends class figures out there, and they're really capitalizing on it. And I wish you learned from your experience, Greg, that someone's going to come out with something better. You know it.
Oh, I just got it just because it's a little mouse. I got it because I knew Kip would enjoy having it just sitting around. I do wish it was about half of what it cost. But
what it cost?
$40.
Yeah.
Remember when you used to get like 9 Legends for that? With like 6 points of articulation each from Iron Factory. And then they broke apart into guns.
Yep.
I like Mech fans toys.
I know you do. It's like the new thing. It's okay. Everybody loves them. And I'm like, I'm the odd man out.
Transform Elements knockoff. They're part of a knockoff company too.
Which is
no one complains about that. They're part of that whole Black Mamba thing.
Interesting. I don't have any TE stuff.
But nobody. They're the same people. I mean, the boxes look the exact same.
My Transformers hymen is intact.
But what are you talking about? You got fucking all sorts of. You used to have all sorts of.
Remind me. Come on. Say it.
No, actually, I thought about you. Something else I got too. I didn't want to say anything because I wanted to. Because if I fuck it up, then I'm just not going to say I got it. But I got another one of those oversized Evasion Primes because I was going to try to like rust it all up and like really just go like all out on it. Dremel some bullet holes and shit in it, but which is like the extent of me going all up.
I was tempted.
I forgot how to get it from truck mode to robot. I forgot how to start it. Like I forgot what parts, like where on the fucking Hellraiser cube you put your fingers, like get it to start going. And I noticed I watched the first video that popped up was Ben's, and it was from almost like 5 years ago. And people were like, "Where can I get this magical thing?" And then I was like, "This is the first. Like this is like the first oversight. Like this is the first one to come out." And I was like, "This is back when like it was okay, like for Robert to have these."
Was.
And then I had a little moment.
We had a civil war. Greg and I. I was very tempted today. I was almost pulling the trigger on the Toy World Freedom Leader. Is that his name?
Optimus.
Oh no, the tactical waist. The tactical waistcoat.
What?
That's what it's called. The movie Prime, right?
Yeah, I think it's Freedom Leader.
It is Freedom Leader.
No, the box says tactical waistcoat. Are you talking about the one from Bumblebee?
Yeah, the Prime, the Toy World.
Yeah. Look at the box says tactical waistcoat. That's what it says.
It's over $200, and the deluxe version is available. And I'm just like,
where did you find the deluxe version? Because that's the one I'm waiting to come in.
Robo Toy Base.
Oh, they got the deluxe too, or just the standard?
Yeah, they have both.
Oh, I ordered the deluxe for $180 because it was like $10 more.
Why would I buy the deluxe? I hate accessories. My only question is, are the paint apps on the bot the same?
Yeah, you just get a stand with like a battery pack, or you get a stand with like a USB cord for the guns or something. I don't know. It's like $10 more, and it's got sounds and shit. I was like, fuck it.
So the deluxe has sounds and lights, and the standard does not.
In the stand.
Okay.
It's just about the setup. Yeah, it's like the setup parts you get. And you get like some blast effects and shit.
The
Hey,
paint
Robert.
apps are the same? Yes.
You've been here for a long 30 minutes.
Yeah, thank you, Justin.
What a dick. On the money.
What a dick.
On the money. He's like, hey, Robert.
hog.
I mean, do you really think they're gonna put like all different paint apps, like extra paint apps for $10 price difference?
It's like a $40 price difference.
Hey, you're just buying your shit from the wrong stores, aren't you?
Not on the dark web, Greg.
Mm.
Well, yes, as Justin pointed out, it has been. I've hit my limit, and I have to get off, unfortunately. But it is almost 8:40 at night, and I have to cook dinner. It's early for dinner, but we have to start dinner now.
Still talking about Justin's penis.
Mm-hmm.
Justin, what did you have for dinner?
Chicken tacos.
That's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar.
What?
Oscar.
What?
What did you have for dinner?
Orange chicken.
You ordered it out?
Yeah, we ordered Chinese.
Oh my God.
We're brave.
Stimulus check.
Greg, what did you have? We haven't eaten.
I had pepperoni and mushroom Detroit style pizza from Jet's Pizza, and it was wonderful, and I can't wait to get back to it.
2 out of 4 have ordered out. Well, we're gonna have a 2-man show in 2 weeks, guys. This is Robert D. signing off.
What a dick. what a beta cook.
Well, that was a waste of a long 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys went ham on it, so let's move on to the news. Coming up first is convention news. Breaking hearts everywhere in every Facebook action figure group. SDCC has called it this year. They're not doing it. They canceled their show.
What the fuck the note says.
I know. But they are offering their exclusives available online in larger quantities for 2020.
Yeah, well, you fucked that up.
Oh, man. Scalper's going to scalp. Well, why don't you tell us what the article's about, Greg?
I don't talk to people like you.
Anyway, so SDCC, they are apparently going to make their things available online. In higher quantities than normal. So, good stuff.
Well, no, they just canceled Comic-Con.
Yeah.
But the whole joke was that, every year people are like, why don't they make it more available online? It sells out in like 20 seconds, and now there's just not going to be a convention.
Exactly. So, win-win.
But have you seen the backlash from people pissed about this, though? Like, I was upset about TFCon being canceled, but, you got to put the health and safety of others in front of, given the circumstances. And these people are saying that now, oh, no, we flattened the curve, man. They should just kick it back on.
Yeah, there's a lot of things out there that
no
are
one else has
crazy.
seen that.
So I have seen lots of people like that. And, one of my favorite things responding to that is like when you say a parachute has slowed down your descent, you don't go, we can take it off now.
Yeah.
So, keep that in mind. I know in Pennsylvania, I have a friend
They
who...
won't, because...
yeah, exactly. But I have a friend in Pennsylvania, you cannot go into, any store that's open that, without having a mask on right now. And, people are giving him a hard time at his store for that. Like, come on, idiots. Yeah, I actually, so the sad thing about this whole pandemic is that it is a opposite natural selection. Like, natural selection keeps the strong alive, all that stuff. But this one just, the idiots give it to the people who, probably are the smarter people in the population. Unfortunately, you're culling the wrong part of the herd. So, it's a shame. Oh, well. So
That
moving
is
on.
true.
We got next.
See
That's very.
I should say, did you see the picture of the lady? It's going around from a protest over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And she's holding.
Yeah, that says no masks, but she's wearing one.
It says like, my body, my rules. No mask. And she's wearing a mask while doing so.
I've seen that. I've seen people saying like, you know, the land of the free, like we should be allowed to do whatever. Like, come on, you like impeccable idiots. Like, yeah, I don't know. People are stupid. Like, if people like, if people were educated enough and watched like things like the documentary about the Spanish flu, like when they thought they had it under control, they started doing weird things, or not like weird things, but normal things, and then it blew the fuck up. You know, it killed more people than prior to it and stuff. Like, so knock it off, deal with your life for a little bit, and move the fuck on. So,
you know, here in Florida, the genius governor went ahead and opened the beaches in Jacksonville, and everyone's cheering, and everyone's sitting there saying, well, we're going to be closely monitored. And everyone's not understanding that. You say that because you're giving yourself a sense of relief in regards to the situation. You think there are always going to be active police on that beach to make sure people are in groups of 10 or smaller. Okay? People are going to always fucking think that. But what happens when you have that group of 15 and a cop intervenes, or some figure of authority from that beach or hotel intervenes and breaks it up because we're trying to keep it at 10? Then people start saying, well, you're trampling on my freedoms.
yeah, or you'd be like,
Or
I'm not
you're
with that
committing a
group.
grave
I'm not with that
injustice.
group. I just was
You know,
walking
they
over
whip
talking to
out
them.
the cell phones. Look what they're doing. They don't want me and my family to hang out because there's more than 10 of us. How could they? All this shit fucking happens. And to the people these are people on my fucking friends list that sit there and are like, yeah, we'll finally be able to have something to do. No, you always had something to do. You can find something to do. Okay? There are people on my friends list that are like, I'm so bored. And I'm like, bitch, last year you talked about how you have so much going on in your life, you could write a book about it. Then write the fucking book. Take the opportunity. But no, you want to go ahead and go out to the beach. You want to celebrate the beach. And then if you get it, and fuck you, you deserve it. You have it coming. I hate to be so fucking pessimistic about this shit, but like my patience with these morons that live in the state with is fucking done. It is. Like, I am so sick and tired of someone talking about, like, the government can't tell us what to do, brr, 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 brr. But yet you're over here hoarding toilet paper, N95 fucking face mask. Come on, dude. Get over yourself. Get the fuck out of here. I'm done. Sorry.
Okay.
You can tell I'm just a little perturbed about this shit.
Me too.
Sorry, Justin.
No biggie.
I just literally wish death on a bunch of innocent people. I'm normally not like that, and I apologize for what I said, but still, it's like it's the parachute metaphor. That's all.
Yeah, we're good. We're with you.
No, I don't think so. They just made an ass of myself, and that's fine. Whatever. Moving on, third-party shame train. Devil Saviour, Compressor. Who is this supposed to be?
This is Overload. Yeah, Overload. I think is what they're calling him. So he's basically the big weird-looking dump truck you saw in the back for that one scene. So
he's the body. He's the new long haul equivalent for
the lower torso, right?
Yeah, he's the abdominal crotch area. Yeah.
This looks insanely detailed, like crazy fucking detailed. Jesus Christ.
Yep, it's gonna make a fine crotch piece.
Are you in on these, Greg? Because I know Matt was.
Yeah, I got split. Why's my phone like that? I got split. And I'll get the Demolisher or whatever he's called when he comes out. But if the Demolisher is kind of janky like the split was, then I may reconsider, because like it feels solid once you get it all together, but like I don't need no damn load bearing joints fucking falling apart on me and shit. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm still kind of playing this one by ear, since I know it's probably not going to sell out everywhere.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I think that this is definitely one of those, you know, like everything I've seen from it is very impressive, and it's kind of drawn my eye. I'm like, oh, like I don't even really like this Devastator, and all this stuff looks good, you know, like I'm not in, of course, but it's still, once again, it retains that it looks good functionality to me. I'll be interested to see how they do kind of that articulated cab part. Like, will that articulate? And they don't really show it moving in the pictures at all. It's just like a big straight line. So
yeah, you
we'll
think
see.
it's just probably like the Hasbro one's going to be like a solid piece?
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens, if it's going to be solid or not. And, you know, if it isn't solid, how that's going to affect any number of things that could potentially go wrong when it can articulate. So.
Yep.
But it looks nice. I gotta give him credit where credit is due. It's a nice looking Transformer. So these things would look really badass with a bunch of like weathering and stuff on them too. Like
well, they have
Toy World is
weathering.
doing.
Yeah.
Well, they do have weathering to the
Well,
paint.
they have the weathering, but I mean like dirt and they don't have like the dirt and stuff all over them, do they? I don't think so.
Yeah, Split does on the tires.
Okay.
It's got mud caked on, and
Okay.
there's dust and chip paint stuff on the
So
barrel.
maybe we'll
and-
see that with this guy. Maybe this is not final. Like the front looks very weathered on him, but the wheels look kind of like they've never seen any dirt. Like he just got those tires replaced or something. So I don't know.
It's not as heavy as I expected, but I mean, I think it's good. I'll take some pictures.
Yeah.
Or I'll steal some from somebody else.
It would be cool
Whatever's
though,
easier.
like with the Toy World, like super rusted. Oh, excuse me, super rusted Devastator. Like that type of thing would look really cool with this. Just because there's so much going on. So
Yeah.
it's not bad. And in the back, it looks like he's hauling a bunch of garbage, which is pretty much what the robots kind of look like, a bunch of garbage. What? Matt's not here to defend it, so let's keep going with that idea. So.
Yeah. Speaking of garbage, I guess you could give this a metallic look and call it Bruticon. Zeta Toys has released a metallic painted set of this set. I shouldn't even call it garbage, honestly. I'll be real. This looks really clean.
It is, but you know, the thing about the metallic that bothers me in this case is that, like, they're all military combat vehicles, and, like, this is, like, one of the cases, I think, that, like, just complete flatness ends up working for this figure, you know?
Even the spaceship?
Well, besides the spaceship, yes.
Okay, I was about to say this.
But, you know, like, it is, you know, like, having, like, a matte, you know, tan Hummer works. Having this basically military truck that's all flat, that works for me, you know? So, I don't know. But, I mean, it's fine. It looks pretty, and if you're getting it just for Bruticus, yeah, I have this. So
I have it too. To counter Oscar's remark about the space shuttle, I'm assuming you were saying not being a military combat vehicle. Remember the G1 episode? He had originally was a biplane, and then he turned into a helicopter.
Oh yeah.
When Starscream activated him. So I don't know. What pisses me off about this is look at the treads on Brawl.
let me see.
There's pic. You wait till you get to the picture. Yep. There's one clear picture of the treads.
I don't own this, so what am I looking at?
Justin?
Hold on, I'm trying to pull him up here. Oh, that they're just like a rubber molded piece, huh?
It's just like it should have been from the start. The problem with Brawl is those links. They were individual links linked together, and like it just fell apart. And you had to like take them out. Yeah, it was just a big pain in the ass.
Yeah, that was what I ended up doing. Is I took the links down to the amount that I needed to make it work, and I just dropped the rest of them into that leg cavity. So I disconnected them, dropped them in the leg cavity, and then that called it good enough. So yeah, this is definitely a case where that is definitely how it should have been there. If it is made out of just a piece of rubber, my only hope is that it's made out of good rubber and not like, the rubber you end up getting on some of the old RID stuff that, given 5-10 years, starts cracking and then, looks like crap. Like the old G.I. Joe tanks. If you messed with them and you broke those rubbers, then that was a tank with no rubber. But I mean, I suppose in this day and age we live in a world where you can, 3D print and all kinds of stuff. So I'm sure someone could come up with a replacement somewhere if it ever happened. But whatever. So, but yeah, those links are a big pain. So
for a second, I thought you were talking about your penis again.
Well, I always try to bring it back, but sometimes you can't find a way to link it.
Well, you break those rubbers and you just have a tank with no rubber.
There you go. That's fair. Yeah. Hey, I got a question. The swindle pictures, why does it look like the second one has headlights that are actually functioning?
It might.
I know, right?
I don't know why.
Both of them look like it.
Yeah. I mean, that looks like it's on. Like, that looks like it's got an LED light on there going on. So I wonder if
it looks like
did
they're
something.
advertising it has LED lights now.
Yeah.
Unless we're missing, someone wants to translate what the stuff before it says. Maybe it says LED lights not included. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to be honest here because I never watched any reviews on these guys. And I'm looking at the group photo. They have all of them in robot mode. And God, there's some tubby wubbies in this. Jeez.
Yeah, it look like shit. Especially coming right off the heels of Constructor. Like, I thought Constructor looked pretty good, all things considered. Like, I thought, for what it accomplished, the time it came out, when it was designed.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Toy World Constructicon set, right? The Devastator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a gorgeous unit.
That's a good, that does well in all the modes, for the most part. And then these came out, and you're just like,
the only one of these ones I have a particular problem with, in my opinion, is Swindle. I feel like is too big. The rest of them, like, they are a bit chunky, but given like the size of the vehicles, like, I'm okay with it. They kind of look somewhat big and intimidating to me.
Yeah, it's how they get
works.
there.
Sorry, are you done, Greg? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, you're fine. That's all I was going to say. It's like I agree with the size, but like it's how they get. Mm-hmm. It just feels like dare I say, Unicron trilogy era, like just chunk. Just chunk.
Yeah, they do.
Like,
they very simplistically transform and stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Especially the Energon. Yeah.
There's chunk there when I guess it's justified, it's just chunk for the sake of being chunky.
Well, it's like I have the Unique Toys Bruticon set, right? God, man, I still got to pick up the freaking blast off to finish it.
I like that.
I'm looking at their,
I like that set.
I do too. I like him a lot. It's weird because there's days I want to display him in his separated robot modes, and then their alt modes are nice, but in their Bruticus mode, I kind of feel like there's something missing, and that's what I think the Zeta Toys is grabbing me at. Like, I love their combined mode. It really looks like it jumped out of the screen, like not completely, there wasn't that much definition on Swindle in a cartoon, but it just, I really like their combined mode.
Mm-hmm.
But like their individual robot mode photos, like, you know, the chunky monkeys, but like Onslaught looks very intimidating. I love it. I'm not crazy about the aesthetic for all the other ones. Like the Unique Toys ones has that slender build, you know, like that very, I don't know, the aesthetics are more visually pleasing. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think the MMC one aesthetically is my favorite so far. It's just everybody.
Oh, yeah. No, I totally agree. I think he knocked his mic off.
I think that something happened.
Sorry. Can you hear me?
Did you knock your microphone off?
I got up to walk to the restroom, and I got my headphones hooked on the door handle and slammed the door or shut the door. And yeah, it's just the size that's the issue with that set. But I mean, I think that's a good looking set. But
yeah, I mean, I think it's nice, and if people are fans of the Zeta Bruticon, you fucking jump on it, because their combined mode, I think, is beautiful. Moving on to the next one, Mech Fans Toys Garbage Man. God, that's bringing back memories when you're saying that out loud.
Looks
so
good.
they're doing a wreck car.
Looks good. It's just the size is too big for my personal Legends collection. So, I mean, I don't know what this guy's size is next to everything else, but I'm guessing it's probably too big because, like, their Hound, beautiful figure, too big, you know? So, we'll see.
maybe KBB will make an undersized KO.
That's what I'm hoping. I was actually thinking, since Mech Fans Toys is, like, you know, super KO-y of everybody else's projects, I think Magic Square should have, like, a new company called, like, Mechanical Cube or something like that. And just start ripping them off, make them smaller, take their stuff and make it smaller.
KBB was the one that made those Voyager size MP10s.
Mm-hmm.
So they should just be in the business of making everything smaller.
They should. But then they made the Stinger Hornets Agent. Is that what they called it? I think that's what they called it. Goddamn, what Bumblebee was
Bumblebee?
it? Yeah, it was.
They did do that.
Yeah, it was the New Age Bumblebee resized to like a deluxe scale. So I posted that picture a few weeks ago to you guys. So it's a interesting.
Yeah,
thing.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good figure.
Yeah, I guess.
But if KBB did it, I'd be down.
You can find most of those.
So.
Yeah, I had the KBB like a Legends class Optimus Prime that they released for like $15. It really isn't such a bad unit, man, for $15.
Is that the one that was the Warbitron Optimus? Like that they sent you that you had to build yourself? So.
No, well, I don't think so. I never owned that one. I thought that was a Megatron. That was like Legends class, and that was for the Warbitron.
They had an Optimus too. I know that. So.
They did.
And a Grimlock. Okay. There's an Optimus, a Grimlock, and a Megatron.
I remember the Grimlock. But I thought
and
those were more deluxe.
Oh, I don't
Shockwave
know.
was trash. I didn't like him.
Shockwave was extra trash.
Mm-hmm. So.
But yeah, that was, I picked that guy up on a whim because who was it? I want to say it wasn't TF Safari. It was it used to be Chamung Mung. That guy. He had him on there for like. Yeah, he had him there for like $15. So I picked up that Legends just to mess with it and. Pleasantly surprised. Really, really, really nice piece. It really is a miniature MP10. Like even his little back piece opens up to store his gun.
What do you think the better deal was? Getting the figure for $15 or only having to pay $25 for shipping?
Well, at the time, I only paid $15 for it.
But for how much you pay for the shipping?
I think it was shipped. It was like a special they had going on.
Oh, I just know every time I looked at anything on his sites, the shipping was always like $50 for like a Legends figure.
Yeah, I had a couple times when I did it, when I bought stuff, I'm like, oh, this is a great price. And I'm like, and then I had shipping on, and it's way worse. So.
This
and
was
then
like
if you
3
don't,
years ago, man.
If you don't take it out of your cart, like they have it set up to where they harass you. And he messaged me on Facebook a couple of times. I think it was him. I think he was the one that did it. Either through the Facebook page, and it could have been automatic too, but it was like, notice you left items in your cart. It's like,
what a dick.
Well, it might not. It could have been
Hey, Greg,
automatic.
I see you got some stuff in your cart, man. You gonna like buy it or what? Come on, bro.
Well, because I know if you have like if you use shit, what's that fucking the website that we had in my last job, the one that we built. There are automatic like tools you could add, and you could link to Facebook. So there could have very well been a Facebook Messenger too, where it would like send an email for like abandoned carts and even offer a coupon or something in there.
Yeah, I was gonna ship my Sheridan. I had the same thing going on. I was gonna ship my Sheridan from Chosen Prime, and when I went to ship it, for some reason they're like, that's gonna be like $15 to ship. I'm like, okay, we're just gonna put this back in the roller stash until I get enough money to ship it for free, because I don't want to pay 15 extra bucks for him. And yeah, they're like, hey, we noticed you started an order and never finished it. I'm like, yep, not doing that.
Yeah, that's one thing, but I mean, I've never had a shop owner hit me up on Facebook like, hey bro, hey.
Well, now just to clarify, I don't remember if it was. I'm not 100%. I'm like 99% sure it was that company, and I don't know if it was through the page or personal. If it was, but you know, it could be very innocent. It's just funny to think about it. So before we get fucking harassed by the KO community.
Yeah, well, that's just one guy and he's a pussy. You know what?
To talk about Robert Day.
Hey, I don't care. He's a jerk. He left us. He chose family over the podcast. Shh. It's like the rest of us. We're all we need. Just like all I need is this exquisite toys, Dark of the Moon Megatron, which, my goodness, goddamn.
Yeah, we've already seen the robot mode, and there were some good. The robot mode looked really good.
Super big.
Yeah, the one that we're like, oh, is it going to transform? Yeah, and that's his thought mode. Yeah.
Yeah.
How come the tanker doesn't go all the way back? Did it not go back in the movie?
No, he had a little trailer thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that is correct.
Now the real question would be like, the real question would be, where the fuck's the tarp piece that turns into a shame cow?
Oh yeah,
that's what you should be bitching about, Justin.
I'm sure it'll be there, or someone will make it. So, it looks like the trailer? It's hard to kind of tell from these pictures, but it looks like the trailer is probably just integral, like not.
Yeah, it's all one. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it's all one. Yeah, yeah, the whole thing transformed into the robot in the movie too. So this is good. So this, and then that Unique Toys Zero, and I'll have all my movie Megatrons, which is kind of all I wanted to begin with, and then I just picked up other ones just gonna go with them. Other figures. I like movie Megatron. Once I got over the initial shock of, what do you like after the accident?
Yeah. This is like super. Is there like a price point that really mentioned on this guy yet, or what?
Yeah, I mean, this is like a 3D printed prototype. Still unpainted.
Yeah. It's nice, though. It's a lot of texture and detail into it, especially like on something so simple as the tires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice looking Megatron. This is my favorite incarnation of Megatron from all the movies.
Yeah. Well, to me, like
aesthetic.
this. Yeah, I like the aesthetic of this version of Megatron because it's the personification of what he is, being a nemesis to Optimus Prime. Prime's a truck, so is he, but he's got more insane shit, like all that crap on his fucking, grill on the front bumper. Like it works. And I love the face. I really love the face. Their face sculpt on here is pretty good. So people say he looks sad, but it's like, come on, half his head's missing. He's plucking little parasites out of it.
Yeah, he looks. Yeah, I mean, he kind of looks like a stroke victim more than anything else. It's like he's missing half the fucking like shit that makes his face work.
So I mean, I think this is. I'm looking forward to this. I just hope it's not going to be over the hill, price wise. I'm not expecting this shit to be under 100 or less than 200. All right, I'm not an idiot, but
Yep. It'll probably be the same price point as Dragoon. I mean, I know it's not the same company, but I can't imagine it'd be more than like $150, $160. Like,
yeah, and that Dragoon looks fucking sweet, also.
Yeah, I got that coming on Saturday.
A lucky bitch. So yeah, that was it for third-party news. Moving on to official news, a new Masterpiece movie announcement coming.
But we don't know what it is.
Speculation anyway.
There's a price point. Well, Ratchet's supposed to be coming out, but I can't imagine Ratchet would be at that price point.
What's the price point?
Like 130, I think, something like that. 140.
Around 150 is what it says in the article.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, he's bigger than Bumblebee. Bumblebee is what? How much was he?
It was 80.
How much was Barricade, since Barricade's a more recent release?
Barricade wasn't over 100
price.
when I bought him. It was like 90.
90? Yeah, so I can see that for Ratchet, because Ratchet's a bigger figure. So, definitely could see that.
Yeah. So,
if not
supposedly
Ratchet,
it was supposed to be.
If not Ratchet, who else would fit the price point that isn't an MPM already?
Another one of the Decepticons, like Brawl or Demolisher.
I could see that, but then
Or
that'd be
Bone
too
Crusher.
small for them.
Excuse me.
I feel like.
Yeah.
That's the argument, is like, is it too expensive for Ratchet, or is it too cheap for Bone Crusher and such, given the size? I mean, that's where I guess you're going to have to start taking that stance there. Are you going for, are you going to just kind of lump them into the quote-unquote, like, smaller price point, like for a big tank, or what are you going to do? So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Bone Crusher should be a big vehicle, right? So should Brawl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably Ratchet. But another speculation is it could be like just a redeco of Starscream with the Ridge of the Fallen.
Tattoos. Yeah.
Granted, they haven't done that with any of the other molds, but it would be an easy, like, it could be like, I don't know how. I mean, it kind of makes sense if the regular movie 1 version is a Target exclusive, to do a repaint, like, as another, I don't know, like, it would make sense to have like the repaint as an exclusive, but since the main one's an exclusive, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That shit's all fucked up. I'm just gonna get mine at Target. I'm not gonna get mine. I don't know. I'm not paying that damn $250 for that shit. Secondhand. Like, it's one thing to buy like an import figure.
Yeah.
From an American retailer and pay a markup, but when they're importing that shit from Target.com.
Yeah.
It's okay.
No, it makes a lot of sense. But I mean, this, if it's a Ratchet, good stuff. If it's just a redeco of Starscream, not surprised. I mean, I would sit to say, well, maybe they'll do the Seekers in the movie Masterpiece line, but they've made it clear. What was it? Thundercracker is a repaint of Nitro Zeus. What was Skywarp labeled as? I don't remember. But, meh. Hello?
How much is Starscream? Do we know the price on Starscream?
Like the actual price?
Yeah.
Like 140, 149, something like that.
At Target, which isn't bad, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Target exclusive.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe it is something like that. So, I guess we'll see. I guess they already did take the stance with Starscream. Do we know how he scales with things? Is he smaller than the MPM Prime, same size?
I don't know.
He would be he would be closer to Megatron size. But I don't think we have a height. Well, we might have a height. Hold on. Yeah, I think it's like 10.5 inches. Actually, now that I think about it, but
and MPM Prime.
Let me look it up.
MPM Prime scaled about the same as MP10, Justin. So I mean that would be taller than MPM Prime.
Hold on. Every time something needs my answering or my input or whatever, I'm chewing because I'm very dehydrated. Let me find the Hasbro release. I actually have a save. Here we go. 11 inches in robot mode.
Okay.
That's a big bitch.
Diecast parts, 150 deco ops, and 50 points more than 50 points of articulation. Stands at 11 inches. 63 step transformation. Blah 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 blah. Exclusively at Target.com and in store 9/1/220 for $149.99 is the retail price.
Okay. Well,
That's
interesting.
So.
Very good.
Yep.
So what's next,
Yeah,
Oscar?
good stuff.
Does that answer your fucking question, Justin?
Yeah, it's good enough.
Okay. Good.
You know what else is good enough is a prototype version of Pop Culture Shock Shockwave statue.
Are we already there? Wow.
Yeah, we blew through all the topics already. And looks nice. I mean, not a big statue guy.
Well, lucky for you, this is a little statue. It's only 10 inches tall.
Oh, staying approximately 10.5 inches tall. That is, it's very small compared to what we talked about, like compared to Devastator and shit.
Looks cool. The sculpting's nice. Did Shockwave? The only question I personally have, and I don't know, it's been a while since I've seen G1 and stuff. Was Shockwave's hose on the top of his arm or the bottom? I always thought it was on the bottom.
What, the cable?
Yeah.
I always thought it was the top of his arm.
Okay. I could be wrong.
Like, here, it's weird because, like, my Siege figure is currently blocked with stuff, but, like, my Fans Toy Shockwave, its cable plugs into his backpack.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of his arm. But I've seen other stuff that plugs into the back of his arm and into his backpack. Or in this
Bottom
case,
of the arm.
statue, bottom of the arm.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, I'm seeing it plug into the top of his forearm onto his shoulder, it looks like.
Yeah, so, but does it go, so from the lower part of his arm, does it usually go on the top part of the bottom part of his arm? Like the forward-facing part? Like, I always thought it, like, hung under his elbow, basically.
Yeah, it's under. The Dreamwave, so the Dreamwave design, it goes on the top.
Okay.
G1, it goes under the bottom of the bottom part of the forearm.
Gotcha.
And then it just kind of disappears.
Right.
Assuming plugs into the back like the toy would, but
okay.
It's the fucking Illuminati. You never see where it plugs in the cartoon.
That's right.
It might not plug in anywhere.
Shit.
Oh, wait,
It's
hold
like
on. Let's see what it
Optimus
looks
Prime's
like.
trailer. It just disappears.
What does it look in the comic?
Wait, real quick.
Same in the comic.
Okay. Yeah, because I find the thing that's distracting about this particular statue to me is the hose on the top. And that's a aesthetic thing. You know, some people may not care about that. To me, I look at it, I'm like, well, I could have done without that.
Well, let me see. How's his arm turned? Let me pull up the pictures. I'm trying to keep apps on my app shut because my phone's not very charged.
During the Dinobots versus Shockwave battle from the Spotlight of Shockwave, it plugs into the top of his arm, and it looks like going into his backpack.
Okay.
Then in later issues of IDW, it plugs into what looks like the joint of his arm, right? Where there would be like where his elbow would be. And it wraps behind his arm and into his backpack. And then in another incarnation of IDW, damn it, there we go. The cover of the Spotlight issue of Shockwave, it plugs into the side of his forearm and to his backpack.
Okay.
So, I mean, there is no continuity here at all.
So it could basically be wherever you want, whatever makes you happy. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then it's hard to tell how's his arm turned. Like, because he's pretty, like, symmetrical all the way around. Like, his arms, is it bent at the... Is his forearm bent? Because if I, like, stuck my arm straight out, like, I don't know.
Is he holding a gun of himself? I think he is.
Yeah, is that considered masturbation?
It's just from an animation error, but they threw that in as a nod to the one episode.
I mean, it's cool. No big deal. I was just surprised to see it there.
I just don't like the color on this.
Well, yeah, the color is definitely way off.
Sorry, Matt's not here to make the jokes. I wonder what Matt's doing right now.
Who doesn't?
That should be a segment until he comes back. What's Matt?
I know. Matt's doing.
He's probably pooping. Or thinking about pooping.
Getting one of them KFC donut numbers.
Yeah, probably owning the liberals at the KFC drive-thru.
Y'all need to stay home, put on your mask, stay safe, God bless. Roll Tide. But yeah, I guess that's it. No discussions, but we do have a question from our good friend MP Collector. He writes in, MP Collector reporting for duty with apologies for the prolonged absence. It's been super busy. Somehow I have more on my plate working from home than I felt like I ever had back in the office. Thankfully, Fansoy Sheridan arrived at my door, and he has been the breath of fresh air I needed to re-energize my commitment to the hobby. Honestly, I think he is a top 10 figure for me, as in all time. Ballsy, my friend, very ballsy. Fansoy's nailed every aspect of the figure that I want emphasized and ignored everything I tended not to care about. Anyway, this got me thinking about how long it has been since a figure catapulted itself into my personal top 10 list. What about you guys? Does Sheridan make your top 10? If not, what was the last time a release ranked that highly for you? MP Collector, number one SCU fanboy. Yes, sir, you are our number one fan. And I'm happy to hear you're doing okay, because we weren't hearing from you for a couple of weeks there. We were like, what if he caught Corona? You know? Then I'm pretty sure you don't live in Florida, so you're good. Gentlemen, Justin, you have Sheridan on the way. Greg, you have Sheridan. Does he become one of your top 10 of all time?
Definitely not. No.
You said you found him seriously meh, right?
Well, he's just not breaking any new ground.
Gotcha. Have you I think what he's trying to ask is, have you ever got something that you're just like, oh yeah, definitely my top 10 ever?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's been. I try not to think in. I try not to think like top anything. I don't know. I can't really say a top 10. Like I feel weird answering the question because I'm not really. I don't like quantifying things in little numbers, little groups.
Right.
I just don't like that. But there's been plenty of good figures, but then we'd be here all night. Like I hate to be the guy, but I don't really feel comfortable answering this question because there's no way I can answer it the way I want to answer it in a satisfactory manner.
Let me make it a little easier. If you're just watching TV or you're thinking about something,
Stop putting words into his mouth.
I'm doing it. I already started, so answer the question. Which one do you grab?
What if my kids were on fire?
Yes.
Shit, I don't know.
Has anything? Let me put it to you this way: has anything reinvigorated when you got it? It shows up to the house. You mess with it. You're like, oh yeah, like nothing like that's ever happened.
I mean, I don't know. There's been some fun figures. I'm trying to think, man. This is kind of there's a lot of shit. I don't know. There's a lot of shit. I never got tired of Transformers. Like I didn't get tired of Transformers last year, like everybody else seemed to. Like there's a lot of fun figures. Like there's been some Legends figures that have been fun. Some of these movie figures have been fun. Like I enjoyed fucking around with that Jazz. Oh, another figure I forgot I got this week. I got that Legendary Toys MPM Bumblebee, the new metal edition version, and it's fucking tight, and the paint's really good. And you know, I had fun flipping that. I flipped that thing back and forth a couple of times the night I got it.
See, you got invigorated. So there you go.
I got invigorated with a figure I wasn't super into it the first time I got it because it was like I didn't think it was up to standard. I don't know. I guess like the Ironhide, Masterpiece Ironhide, that was one that Masterpiece Inferno. Pretty much almost every Takara Masterpiece figure I get, like there's something about it that makes me feel like invigorated, I guess. I always find some good in most everyone, something to tickle my tater.
Okay, Justin, same question. Have you ever gotten something in mail that you just it's like refreshing?
Yeah, I mean, like I found that was definitely the case with you know, the Legends to me did that. Like that was definitely a refreshing set of toys because like wow, you know, like I am really enjoying these little things and the price is right and all that stuff. But I've also had like, you know, Masterpiece figures out there that, you know, like X-Transbots Neptune that like, you know, X-Transbots has had their ups and downs, mostly downs when they first started their career. And then I was like, whoa, like this thing is like, you know, perfect. Like I couldn't see getting a better one at this point, you know, like so things like that. Definitely there are figures that you open, you're just like blown away by everything about them, you know?
Okay.
So I would put whatever the name of the X-Transbots Drift, goddamn, Sea Spray, whatever they called him. That's Neptune, the one I would put there. Right? Yeah, Neptune, that's right. So, because like he was one of those ones that like, and I think it's usually toys that I'm not expecting to be blown away. That I'm like, whoa, this is really good. That's the one that like kind of, you know, hits a list almost. Like I know what to expect from the fans' toy stuff, and I'm fine with it, you know. So.
Yeah, and that was the point. That was what I was saying about the Warpath. Like, it's not really breaking any new ground. Like, it's got die-cast, it's weighty. Like, you know, there's paint. Like, it's just not like I'm not in awe of anything they do really anymore because they're not breaking any new ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair. Totally think that's fair.
And that's the thing. Like, I mean, that's just kind of the thing. They put out this like, that's what the people like. You know, so that's what their fan base likes, and they just keep doing it over and over and over again, just in a different shape. Yeah. They take the same material and they put it in a different mold, and you buy it. Yeah. And then they repeat the same process at some point in time.
That is true, definitely. So,
I think. Like in my case, and I see where you guys are all coming from. I think in my case, because like, you know, I was out of the collecting game for a little bit, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to get back into it. But then I started seeing like everyone talk about those Iron Factory DJD figures. And I remember when I first heard about it, I just rolled my eyes. I was like, oh God, why are they making them combine, right? So I bought like I got my hands on Tarn, and I was really pleasantly surprised that, you know, like Robert, for example, was not a fan of accessories, but I am. I like having interchangeable hands, right? I think they're more dependable than a hand that opens and closes that may break or may not grab the weapon appropriately. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Robert's pessimism towards accessories gets me because like just put them in a Ziploc baggie if you're not keeping the box and label it and put it somewhere. Like.
I mean, like, I know he owns SH Figure War figures.
Yeah.
You know, he has some Dragon Ball Z figures. I'm like, and that's
Yeah,
what
and
SH
it's like-
Figure Art's known for.
It drives me crazy that the SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball Z figures like lack accessories on a lot of terms. Like they have hands, interchangeable heads, but I'm like, this is a whole series built on like beam effects and things like that, like beam fights, and like none of them come with them, you know?
Or damage, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Robert-
damaged heads.
Robert does put accessories in little bags and labels them though, because he sent stuff to me before, and like you can tell that like because everything was in a bag, labeled.
Mm-hmm.
Did he say he doesn't like this? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, he feels when you have too many accessories, he feels overwhelmed. Is basically what he said. So.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I think what really hit me off was how well designed Tarn was, right? I mean, yeah, like I had the MMC Cutler, but it was, you know, it's fucking apple oranges, right? But for a Legends class figure, they pulled it off. And then they did the entire team. And then when I finally got the entire team, I combined them. And at first I was like, this looks absolutely stupid. But now I'm looking at him. I've had him for a few weeks now, and it's like I've never been happier. Like they're still in combined mode. You know what I mean? And it's like I just think it works. I don't know why. And you know, buying these Iron Factory figures has kind of reinvigorated my love for Legends class figures. You know, fucking Justin and I, if we ever do our trade, you know,
Rona willing.
that's been what? That's like 2 months, right?
Yeah.
But
it'll happen someday.
Yeah, shut up, Justin. Don't be a dick. But
no, I'm talking about my end. It's sitting on the table over here. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, that's cool. I found your fucking. Oh God, I can't remember his name. Dragonfly. There we go. Wait. Yeah, I'm not a G.I. Joe.
Firefly.
I'm sorry, G.I. Joe fans. Firefly. I apologize, G.I. Joe fans everywhere. But yeah, it's like I'm on this kick now where it's like, oh, cool. They ever made this character legend? Oh, they did. Wow, look at that. You know, like I was looking at a Magic Square Optimus Prime figure. I'm like, fuck, man, that's like, that works. You know, with all due respect to like the MP44 and all that other jazz, this works. This is neat, and it's like it's really making me consider just scrapping the whole Hasbro collecting thing and just sticking with Legends class.
Mm-hmm.
They're more fun, a little more intricate, you know, a little tougher, and you know now these companies are starting to do Legends class combiner figures. Like there's who's it? Magic Square's doing the Stunticons.
Yes.
Yeah, like, you know, like I don't know if any of them dropped yet, but that's exciting. I know they've done a few Headmasters, you know. Iron Factory's leading the charge because they're best known for that, but I mean, like their Galvatron and their Scourge is looking pretty sick. I don't know if they're going to be doing a Cyclonus anytime soon or a Rodimus, but you know, you never fucking know. So it's nice. I think, you know, that was probably the one that's nailed it for me is the DJD for the Iron Factory set.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of makes me wish I waited because people were selling the entire set for like 200 shipped. And I'm like, really? But in the end, I think it was worth it, like picking him up on my own. He's not bad. So yeah, that answers that question.
Indeed. And like we said, MP Collector, we're glad you're fine. So.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I think you're good to go here. I don't believe we have any more questions unless I missed one.
Send us some questions.
Yeah, be sure to send us some questions at shattercastonline@gmail.com. As always, you can go ahead and check out our friends over at the Cool Table Network, from Enter the Realm all the way to Nerd Rage Radio, 8 weeks building up to it. I'm pulling random podcasts. Not another podcast, as well as Stasis Lock. Definitely. Oh, my God, Stasis Lock. Dude, those guys, shout out to this guy, Ryan. I don't want to say his full name because I don't know. I haven't asked him if I could do that on our podcast yet, but this guy goes out of nowhere in the Beast Wars buy-sell trade community, as well as the Stasis Lock page, and he posts this picture of this Scorponok he drew. So I look at it, I go, you motherfucker. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So I've been on a kick the last few days, rocking out pieces of Beast Wars characters. I've done Magna Boss. I've done Snapper. I've done Stink Bomb. I just recently finished him up. You know, I've also did a commission for Tyler G of Cyber Shark. I know he really liked it. So yeah, it's like you know, that bit also is kind of reinvigorating me a little bit. I'm starting to, you know, really fall in love with Beast Wars again after having like this huge, massive collection that took forever to offsell. But I'm obviously a little older, so I'm a little smarter in how I'm gonna be buying and all that shit. So yeah. So shout out to our friends over at Stasis Lock. We're talking about collabs. When do you guys message me? So we'll see about making it happen. So on behalf of me, D2RX6, Greg for Mercy, Robert D, and of course Matthew, who's on sabbatical because he's actually in prison. We want you to please collect responsibly for the sake of Primus. Take care of yourselves and each other in these challenging times. We love you. Hugs all around. Have a wonderful day.
Fuck up, Fans Toys.
Yeah, shut up, Fans Toys, with your meh.
Can any of you guys believe that Matt smuggled in a null ray from Starscream and turned it into a shank in prison? That was crazy. Crazy story.
I knew he would do that. I knew he should have. He used his prison wallet. That's his butt. All right, good night, folks.